Hi, my name is Ronima Tikela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Let's talk about the entire Senzumiwa trial, okay? Let's talk about that. I was having a conversation yesterday on my TikTok live with the people that I always go, the family that I've built there on that side of TikTok. Now, something is not adding up in this trial. The people are starting to feel it. In fact, we've been feeling it, the people that believe that this case has been cooked to fit a certain narrative, and that is unfair against the accused that are in trial for the case, right? We've been saying it, and it's been like that for a very long time. Because how do you claim that that you found ammunition in somebody's house, but when the court is asking for it, nothing is produced? Not one bullet, not two, not three, not 10, nothing. You have nothing to show for it, but you say you found. Where are they? When the court is asking you, bring them, Galoku, you say you found bullets, bring them, give them to us. We want to see them. You have nothing. Aibo, these people. And then we are expected, and then the court in Rustenburg, you're not decided to go to, if you can't bring the proof, then there's nothing that I can do about this. I'm going to throw the case out. Bring the proof. You are accusing him, prove it. They couldn't. They couldn't. And the case was thrown out. Deleted. It's not there because they could not prove it. They could not even bring up ballistic reports. Nix, guys. They could not. So the question is simple. Did they even get into the house? So the answer is there, because no, they did not go in. They are lying when they are saying that. Now, when it comes to the ammunition, there is a problem there. Let's break that one down carefully. We are told there were bullets found. Different numbers were mentioned. Ballistics were coming. But in court, no physical evidence, no confirmed chain of custody, no follow through. That is not a small mistake. That's a collapse of credibility of the investigating team. Hence, it was thrown out a case. It was simple in Toyaka magistrate, prove it. Magistrate was very straightforward. You found all of that, fine, prove it. How many? Omunye what 11, omunye what 38. Then magistrate what, okay, whatever, but prove it. They couldn't. And if you can't prove it, then the court must ask, was that evidence ever real to begin with? That's when magistrate was a Hlabane said, now, here is the pattern when it comes to this. It gets deeper, guys. It gets deeper. This is not just about the bullets. It's about a pattern that the investigation team has. Driving long distances with no clear outcome. They went to Rustenburg. They went to KZN. No clear outcome. They claim to search people's places with no proof of doing that. Evidence that appears then disappears. Because even kumuzi, ipi ammunition debateta ngayo, ipi, I've never heard them bring it here in this court. I've never. Now, the evidence that appears then disappears is problematic, Gesan. We've seen this before. We've seen it with case Kamuzi. Similar concerns were raised also when it comes to it. But now the public is busy asking, are these investigations structured to fit a certain narrative, or are they being patched together as they go? Both Gesan, both son. And now, when you look at the Senzomiwa case altogether, holistically, you realize that Judge Rata has a huge problem. As a problem as he is in that court, in the case and in that courtroom, he also has real problems that he is looking ahead to. He has problems ahead of him. He does. Now let's talk about the man in the center of it all, which is him, Judge Rata. People are divided, of course, when it comes to the Senzomiwa case. Some people believe Uguti, the accused are guilty. Some people believe Uguti, no, they are not. We have watched the case enough to realize they are being framed. Okay? Now, when it comes to Judge Rata, abanye abantu feel Uguti, he will go down with the system. if he does not watch what he does. And then abanye, they believe that he will be forced to correct everything. I'm one of those people. I believe he will be forced to correct everything and he will redeem himself at the end. But here is the reality. If it's not even about what Judge Ratta wants at this point, guys. It's not about him. It's about what the law demands. Because at the end of the day, the record will go to higher courts. Every ruling will be examined. Every irregularity will be exposed. And when that happens, the law becomes bigger than the courtroom. And the other thing is that if there are billion complaints about his name there, where JSC, for instance, if there are billion complaints about Judge Ratta, the law will force these people to look at Judge Ratta. How many complaints has he had over the years? And then if this one last one, chances are this case is here to clean up a lot of things and a lot of rot. Chances are they may have a plan. Perhaps they may have a plan, and chances are the Almighty was like, come back when nabangani bakho, you need to be sorted out. You can't bypass anything right now. You can bypass the systems of the country, of the South African country, but you can't bypass my consequences. What if now he thinks he's here playing big boss, and then the Lord is like, no, I fetched you because I need you to come here and have a cleansing. You need to suffer consequences. What if that is the case? Do you understand? What if that is the case? Because once his case goes to appeal courts, and then they still he made a lot of blunders when it comes to this entire situation. Do you think Judge Ratta is going to stand tall after that? I don't think so. If by any chance the Almighty is like, I'm going to clean you up, he has no comeback from it, from everything. Because uJudge Ratta naye kumuntu uphendula kumtrinity naye. Now, I don't think the verdict will come this year. I doubt that. I think it will come perhaps early next year. Ngenzeka. Because let's be honest, guys, this case is not finishing anytime soon. If we keep one accused for a month with cross-examination with state, I don't see us finishing this time, because too many contradictions, too many unresolved issues, too many legal risks. If a judgment is rushed now, it becomes vulnerable on appeal. So if uThixo uyathanda uzayenza sure things are slow so that people see xa egweba why egwebile, and even abagwetywa will also say siya accept, baya kuyamkela at some point. Do you understand? So mna I don't see it ephela kulo nyaka. Into ezoyenzeka, instead it becomes vulnerable on appeals. And also currently into ezoyenzeka zi-delays, zi-reviews, konke nje, because there's a lot of things that are going wrong. Yes, we are giving our reviews about the case, and that's why many people believe ukuthi it can come next year review, and I'm one of those people. Now, here is the truth most people don't want to say out loud. Even if things look messy now, even if the court gets frustrating, the law has a way of correcting things. The law has a way of correcting things, not always immediately, not always perfectly, but eventually. It forces accountability. So whether it's pressure from the public, the legal system, or even history itself, at some point, the right decision must be made, not because someone wants to, but because they have no choice. The law will force uJudge Ratta to do the right thing. The law will force uJudge Ratta to do the right thing, and he will have no choice but to do the right thing. That's what I see happening. That's what I see happening. What are your thoughts when it comes to that? Let's talk in the comment section. Thank you so much. I'll see you on our next video. Bye-bye.